What are some of the questions, some of the challenges you're hearing these young girls have right now in regards to getting into STEM careers?
It's different. It depends on where you are. So because I get approached by young females in my country, and like Uganda back home, they message me online, and I also get approached by obviously females here in the UK from different backgrounds. And the questions are always different. So for people who are from like an ethnic minority background, it's questions like, how do you fit in, and how do you overcome barriers related to like your ethnicity.
Mm,
For people from my home, it's more like, how do I even afford this? It's so expensive. How do I get to where you are, with very limited resource? And then like, with certain people, this is more of a boys' world. I think that we still need to challenge that mentality at a high school level here in the UK. I still find a lot of girls saying, "Oh, it's not for girls," basically.
mm,
And what's the point of me doing it, but then sticking out and getting bullied for doing, a boy's
mm,
role or something like that? And then some question is just like, what is it actually like to be in there? Because some people are like, yeah, I'll do it, but am I going to find resistance when I get there? And then that
mm.
sometimes puts them off because they're like, I'm not going to struggle through this, and then only to get there and still struggle some more. So the questions are very varied, depending on who you speak to.
You mentioned the gender balance, and that's something that here in the U.S., the company I work at, we're talking about a lot. Is how do we increase the gender balance in leadership roles at our company? And I'm kind of curious about what you're doing right now to help with that in your current role to help get those conversations going, because I think it starts with just getting the conversations, building the awareness that this is an issue.
I mean, so like I said, there are a lot of initiatives within my company around supporting females. So there's mentorship um, programs to help the women, because obviously we already have a limited pool of females to pull from because not that many females are studying. So really, it's a grassroots problem. Like, we need to go all the way to the grassroots and remove all the preconditioning that gets put in your mind at a young age, that girls can only do this, and they're only pink and the boys are blue. And it's subtle things that we think don't play a role, but they impact you for a long time. And so I think it's a grassroots issue. And so if we can remove those mental blockers from the young age, we can then get more women coming in. And obviously, if we ourselves take the opportunity to go down to the grassroots and inspire younger women or younger girls to do this, which I think which Girls in Data is now doing. I think it's one of the initiatives I've seen, which I'm really happy to have been able to witness and support. And then at a higher level, we need to sort of support and mentor the women that are now in the system, that are now in the company, because it is a very challenging. It's not the same path. People do have subconscious bias, and we do need to find a way to counteract those barriers by really just mentoring them. And I think part of removing those barriers is getting the men to mentor the women, because then it's
Mm,
more of a relational thing. So they get to interact with each other, and because sometimes gender balance can seem like a threat to the men in the company,
mhm,
but it's trying to get people to understand the values and the benefits of having a gender balance, because not everyone knows what they are, and for that reason, they're not really with the agenda. They'd rather not have it. So it's taking that time to sit down with people and educate them on, actually, this is why we're doing this. This is how it could benefit you and your future children and wives and
mhm.
etc. And helping people to see the big picture, because I think sometimes we don't do enough to help, because men are our best allies on this agenda. And I think if the more men we get to understand the better. Of course, we shouldn't have to in a perfect world, but this is the world we're in now. And we need to bring them on that journey, because once we do, then it will be less championing, more working together to achieve a common goal. Yeah.
Thank you so much for checking out this clip from the Data Talk podcast. To watch the full episode, you can either go to the Experian blog. The URL is experian.com/datatalk, or you can click on the link, which is found in the description of this video.